Have you ever get swarmed by enemies, feeling like your weapon is a toothpick against a horde? There are many weapons in Elden Ring, and some of them excel at managing group of enemies than another. They can damage multiple enemies in a large area with a single attack or skill activation. Today I will show you my top 10 best crowd control weapon build that you can use to dealing with enemies grouped together. Before we start, if you want to see more Elden Ring build like this one, make sure to visit my website to see the detail for each build. Also visit my Gumroad store to download free Elden Ring checklist, link in the description below. So let's get started. Starting off with number 10 is Royal Greatsword. Royal Greatsword is a colossal sword that scales primarily with strength, dexterity, and intelligence. This weapon has weapon skill called Wolf Assault. With the skill, you flip forward with your sword held high, then slam your weapon into the ground to create shockwave after delay. The blast also dealing frost damage to nearby enemies. What I like about this weapon, it has the higher AR. You can easily get 900 AR if you spend 50 or more attribute in strength or intelligence. It also has good hyper armor when performing the Wolf Assault skill, making you partially resistant to some attacks. Overall, what I like the most about this weapon besides its cool design is the frostbite injection when I performing the weapon skill. Royal Greatsword is dropped by Blade the Half-Wolf as part of Blade Questline. And number 9 is Magma Worm Scale Sword. Magma Worm Scale Sword is a curved great sword that scales primarily with strength, dexterity, and fight. This weapon has weapon skill called Magma Guillotine. With this skill, you grab your weapon, then leaps forward and smashing it into the ground to trigger a blast of magma. What I like about this weapon, the Magma Guillotine deals significant fire damage, making it effective against enemy who is weak to fire, such as Malenia or Earthly Avatar. Also very useful for crowd control as the eruption affects a decent area around the impact point. Overall, the Magma Guillotine skill truly elevates the Magma Worm Scale Sword. This fiery attack deals significant fire damage, making it a fantastic choice for strength and fight build that prioritize exploiting enemy weakness with fire. Magma Worm Scale Sword drop from Magma Worm Makar in Ruin Shrine Precipice. Number 8 is Monveil. Monveil is a katana that scale primarily with strength, dexterity, and intelligence. This weapon has weapon skill called Transient Moonlight. By setting your weapon, holding it in a still position, Transient Moonlight offers two different attack animations. First, by pressing the light attack button, you can unleash the horizontal slash of magic projectile. This attack is ideal for crowd control situation. Second, by pressing the strong attack button, you delivers a powerful vertical slash of magic projectile. This attack is effective for dealing significant poison damage to a single enemy. What I like about this weapon, it can deal both magic and physical damage. It's fast and has bleed build up in it by default. The skill can deal great amount of poison damage to easily stagger the enemy, so using Dagger Talisman is recommended to increase your critical damage when you do backstab or riposte. Also, it can be obtained early in the game by killing Magma Worm boss in Gale Tunnel. Overall, Monveil is one of the best katana in the game. It's fast and has bleed build up effect by default. Phenomenal weapon for intelligent and dexterity build to deal significant poison damage to easily stagger the enemy. Monveil can be obtained upon defeating the Magma Worm located in Gale Tunnel. And number 7 is Golden Order Greatsword. Golden Order Greatsword is a greatsword that scales primarily with strength, dexterity, and faith. This weapon has weapon skill called Established Order. With this skill, you can unleash a golden explosion that deals holy damage to nearby enemies. By pressing the weapon skill button once more time, you can carry out a follow-up attack by releasing a wave of golden light. What I like about this weapon, the skill can flinch and knock back small enemy. Also, the wave has a wide attack area, making it great choice for clearing group of enemies. It can deal insane damage to undead enemies, as it gives you an additional plus 20% damage to them and prevents skeleton from resurrecting. Overall, if you're looking for Fate build to slay and clearing out undead enemies that can deal holy damage, then this weapon is for you. Golden Order Greatsword dropped by Misbegotten Crusader in the Cave of the Forlorn. Number 6 is Ruin Greatsword. Ruin's Greatsword is a colossal sword that scales primarily with strength and intelligence. This weapon has weapon skill called Wave of Destruction. With this skill, you raise the sword up high, slam your weapon onto the ground, unleashing a shockwave of gravitational force. What I like about this weapon, it can deal magic and physical damage. It has unique charge attack that causes a small burst of gravity magic upon slamming the ground that potentially stagger the enemy. The Wave of Destruction skill has good range that allow you to attack enemies from a safer distance. It's also good for crowd control situations to stagger group of enemies. Overall, Ruin Greatsword is one of the legendary weapons in Elden Ring. Its unique charge attack and the Wave of Destruction skill that can deal massive physical damage make this a phenomenal weapon for strength build to stagger and destroy everything in sight. Ruin's Greatsword can be obtained by defeating Misbegotten Warrior plus Crucible Knight bosses at Redman Castle Plaza. At number 5 is Death Ritual Spear. Death Ritual Spear is spear that scales primarily with strength, dexterity, and intelligence. This weapon has weapon skill called Spear Call Ritual. With this skill, you raise your weapon high and thrust into the sky to summon a downpour of spectral spear on the targeted area. What I like about this weapon, the Spear Call Ritual skill can hit multiple enemies at once, making it usable for crowd control situation. Really effective especially when dealing with large enemies such as a dragon, as it can deal good amount of stance damage to easily break enemy poise. Overall, what I like the most about this weapon is the Spear Call Ritual skill that can hit multiple enemies from a distance, a powerful weapon for intelligence and dexterity build to staggering huge enemies. Death Ritual Spear can be obtained from Death Red Bird in the mountain top of the Giants. Number 4 is Blasphemous Blade. Blasphemous Blade is a great sword that scales primarily with strength, dexterity, and faith. This weapon has weapon skill called Taker's Flame. With this skill, you raise your weapon aloft to set ablaze with blasphemous flames, then slam the flaming blade downward, unleashing a wave of fire in a forward direction, and steal health from those that touch. What I like about this weapon, it can deal fire and physical damage. The skill can heal 10% of maximum health, plus 150 flat health on hit. Just by wearing this weapon, you can also heal 4% of maximum health plus 40 flat health on every enemy death. The skill can potentially hit multiple enemies in a line, making it useful for crowd control situation. Overall, Blasphemous Blade is another top-tier weapon in Elden Ring. Its Stagger Flame skill offers a devastating attack with a health-stealing benefit, making it a great choice for Fate build to consistently restore your health during exploration. Blasphemous Blade can be obtained by trade Remembrance of the Blasphemous with Anya at Round Table Hold. Moving on number 3 is Mohgwyn's Sacred Spear. Mohgwyn's Sacred Spear is a great spear that scales primary with Strength, Dexterity, and Arcane. This weapon has weapon skill called Blood Boom Ritual. With this skill, you raise your weapon to perform up to 3 consecutive thrusts, unleashing an explosion of blood flame. This fiery explosion deals significant fire damage and bleed build up to enemies around its blast radius. What I like about this weapon, it can deal fire and physical damage. It's considered the longest great spear in the game. The Blood Boom Ritual skill can create insane fire damage and bleed build up. The explosion from each thrust have a small area of effect, allowing you potentially damage multiple enemies grouped together. Not only that, this skill also coats your weapon with blood flame for a while. Overall, what I like the most about this weapon is the Blood Boom Ritual skill, which can produce enormous fire damage and bleed build up, a powerful weapon for arcane build to hit multiple enemies grouped together. Mohgwyn's Sacred Spear can be obtained by trade Remembrance of the Blood Lord with Anya at Round Table Hold. Number 2 is Malekith Blackblade. Malekith Blackblade is a colossal sword that scales primary with Strength, Dexterity, and Faith. This weapon has weapon skill called Destined Death. With this skill, you slam your weapon into the ground, unleashing a swirling vortex of dark energy. This skill can reduce the enemy maximum health and continue to wear down their health for a short duration. What I like about this weapon, it has good reach, can deal both holy and physical damage. You can easily get 1000 AR if you invest 50 or more attribute in Strength and Faith. Also, the Destined Death skill can hit multiple enemies at once, making it useful for crowd control situation. Overall, what I like the most about this weapon besides its reach is the coolest Destined Death skill that can reduce enemy maximum health and hit multiple enemies at once. A great weapon for Strength and Faith build to deal holy and physical damage in crowded situation. Malekith Blackblade can be obtained by trade Remembrance of the Blackblade with Anya at Round Table Hold. And finally, number 1 is Onyx Lord Greatsword. Onyx Lord Greatsword is a greatsword that scales primary with Intelligence, Dexterity, and Strength. This weapon has weapon skill called Onyx Lord Repulsion. With this skill, you can thrust your weapon into the ground to create a gravity well. Apart from causing 24 of poise damage, this attack can also push enemies away. What I like about this weapon, it can deal plus 20% damage to gravity type of enemy such as Onyx Lord, Astel, or Falling Star Beast. I find this weapon ring, poise damage, and hyper armor to be quite good, make it a great choice for aggressive playstyle. Other than that, this weapon can defeat early and middle game bosses without any trouble. Onyx Lord Greatsword dropped by Onyx Lord in the Sealed Tunnel. For more Elden Ring video, don't forget to like this video and hit subscribe button.